Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom, and welcome to the Big Honker Podcast, brought to you by Ducks Unlimited. I'm Jeff Stanfield with the world-famous Andy Shaver.
They put ducks back into the sky. Go support those who help us.
Yes.
Got my tasty coffee and my nice Ducks Unlimited mug. So, they made a good mug back in the 70s or 80s, whenever this thing was created.
Yeah, and that was brought to you by Steve Barber.
Mr. Ducks Unlimited.
Yep, Mr. DU for years. The big guy.
DU forever.
I think Jacksonville, then Arlington, and now he's going to be probably back there, and he'll be in that College Station one now down there with all the Aggies where his true love is. No longer Longhorn. No all right, let's talk some football. The funniest thing in football right now is if you listen to Skip and Shannon. I'm back to listening to him because I like listening to Skip make a total ass of himself.
He's done a good job of that.
Dak Prescott is now the quarterback of the century. After beating 8-9 Tampa Bay this weekend and playing a really good game, which he did do, and I like Dak. I think he's a good guy. He is now playing Super Bowl football. So
he had 5 touchdowns.
Yes, and I think P.J. Walker played, or Sam Darnold had 3 or 4 against Tampa Bay too. Tampa Bay was not very good.
I'm not saying that they were.
But
I'm just saying he threw for 300 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Yes, he had a great game.
He had 5 total touchdowns. I think he only threw for 3.
I like Dak. I think the Cowboys are better with Dak than they are anybody else. They're not going to give anybody any better than Dak. But it's just funny, as critical of Dak as he was 2 weeks ago and 3 weeks ago, all of a sudden after playing a not very good Tampa Bay team and winning, now he's anointed him the new Super Bowl MVP odds-on favorite right now. So we're going to start off.
He is.
No, that's just Skip.
That's Skip.
Yeah, okay. Just Skip. So we'll start out. We'll start out with the first game. Though we'll start out with Jacksonville at Kansas City. Comes on Saturday at 3:30. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is there yet, and I know Patrick Mahomes is there. Jacksonville plays really good defense when they have to, but I just don't think there's any way that Kansas City loses this game.
I agree.
I just don't think so. I think that Tampa Bay or Jacksonville is really going to be good next year. They're going to add Calvin Ridley to the fold. They have a great running back at ETN. They're going to throw the ball to him a lot. Trevor Lawrence has really played really good. So I'm going to but I think Kansas City wins by 10 points.
Yeah, the line is 8.5. I agree. I think it's I don't. The only thing that Jacksonville can hope for is that week off there's some rust. The problem is Jacksonville didn't start out very fast against
San Diego,
the Chargers.
Yeah.
So, if you have another shitty first half against Mahomes and they kind of get rolling, it could be ugly. But I think that's the only prayer that Jacksonville has. You've seen that before. You've seen teams that have had a week off. They come out slow and rusty, but if Jacksonville can hit first and fast, then maybe it'll be a game. But I don't see this being a game.
Jacksonville beat Dallas. They beat the Giants, and I think they beat one of the other playoff teams right now.
So your early odds are Mahomes to win MVP. Mahomes and then Josh Allen. Plus 375, plus 500 for the two of them. So all quarterbacks and then Christian McCaffrey.
Well, they're funny. They got Brock Purdy as the 4th, and they got Dak Prescott 7. We'll talk about that game when we get to it. But anyways, I'm with. We both are stuck on the Chiefs. I don't think it's even going to be close. Jacksonville has played better football. They got a good coach. Coach knows how to win the Super Bowl. He's got a Super Bowl ring. So, kudos to them for getting where they are. It's been a good year. Been a good year for Jacksonville, but I think it ends with Kansas City. The second game is the New York Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles Saturday night from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. I am going to take the New York Giants and upset. I think the Giants are hot right now. Philadelphia did not play good down the stretch. I know they didn't have to win, and that was kind of a motivation deal. I think Philadelphia has got more talent than the Giants have, but I think the Giants have a better coach.
I think it's going to be Philly. I mean, I would love for the Giants to win, but I just don't really see it happening. So, for that reason, I'm going Philly. Is Jalen Hurts? I mean, he's back and ready to go, I guess.
Jalen Hurts is completely healthy. Said, I think the Giants have every year, just like Cincinnati last year, they peaked at the right time, and that's where I see them coming. I just see them coming on. They're playing really good.
They are. I mean, and it's all about when you can get hot. You get hot early or late. I mean, and yeah, they beat. So there's the Jaguars. They beat Cowboys 40-34.
They beat the Giants early in the year, I thought.
Well, they would have played them for sure. They lost.
They lost 23-17.
They lost to Philly 29-21.
I didn't realize they beat the Chargers twice this year.
Yeah. So, but anyway, back to this game. The Giants are getting hot, but I just think it's gonna be Philly.
Philly's got most talent in the NFC, other than probably than the 49ers, maybe.
They do.
That's pretty close. If Dallas Goedert's, if you look at their lineups, you got A.J. Brown and Deebo Samuels, pretty much a wash. You got Devontae Smith and Brandon Ayuk, pretty much a wash. George Kittle and Dallas Goedert. George Kittle's probably better, but Dallas Goedert, when he's healthy, is really good too. But Christian McCaffrey is better than Miles Sanders.
Way better.
And Jalen Hurts is better probably than Brock Purdy.
Unless Shanahan keeps scheming up ways to make Brock Purdy shine.
So,
we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out.
All right, let's go to the next game. Then I'm taking the Giants. You're taking Philly. Cincinnati at Buffalo. I'm taking Buffalo.
I really hope Cincinnati can pull this off. I think it's Buffalo.
Yeah, this is what's fucked up about this whole thing with this poor guy getting sick or having the heart attack and getting hit, whatever happened. Because if Cincinnati would have won that game, this game would be in Cincinnati instead of at Buffalo.
I don't see why this game is not played at a neutral site.
I don't either. This is
like
the one
I figured if there was a game to be played at a neutral site, it would be this game because it was undecided.
Supposedly Cincinnati slapped a lawsuit on the NFL and they take it away, but that's right. This game should be played in Cleveland.
Yeah.
A neutral site halfway between both places. That's where should be playing this game. It's not fair that it's played in Buffalo, I don't think, but that's the way it goes. But Buffalo got screwed too because Buffalo would have won the game. They'd had home field advantage.
I understand. But why did the NFL say only the AFC Championship game is going to be played at a neutral site?
And pick Atlanta and NFC
like
team.
Kansas City, I mean, I understand that, they do have home field advantage now, but I don't see how you could say that game deserves a home field advantage and not if we see the Bengals-Bills play again. Doesn't make sense to me.
I'm taking Buffalo and you're taking Cincinnati. Right?
I didn't say that.
Okay, I'm taking Buffalo.
My heart, I'm rooting for the Bengals, but I think it's going to be Buffalo.
Yeah, I do too. Josh Allen just plays at such a different level. And he didn't play good last week.
But what happened last week? He had the Dolphins within, they could have, boy.
Those are tough
Would there have
games.
been a bigger upset?
No, that was going to be huge. Going to be real big.
I'm thinking of the game.
Well, yeah, Cincinnati should have lost last week to the who
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
The NFL would be so pissed if we had if Baltimore and the Dolphins would have won. Ugh.
Well, yeah, because we'd be playing Kansas City would be playing Miami, and Buffalo would be playing Baltimore. This is what they want.
If Miami would have won.
If Miami would have won and Baltimore would have won, Baltimore should have won the game.
Right.
They fumbled that 99-yard fumble return. That was the ball game right there. If that happens, Baltimore beats Buffalo.
No, Baltimore beats the Bengals.
Beats Cincinnati, I mean, yes. So right now you would have had and Miami could have had a chance to beat Buffalo. Terrible play calling. God almighty, they were terribly prepared. For a nerdy guy, he did not do very good as a coach.
So who the hell would you have had?
You would have Baltimore and Miami won, and Baltimore would have been playing.
You would have had Jacksonville against either the Ravens or the Dolphins.
Yep, Jacksonville would have had a home game. Because Baltimore and
terrible.
It would have been Baltimore and Jacksonville and Miami and Kansas City.
Right.
Yes, that's the NFL's happier with what it is there. You said it was fixed. What happened to your TikTok guy?
I need to see what he says.
Did he pick Dallas to win, or did he pick? Did he have Tampa Bay winning?
He had Brady winning.
Yeah, he also had San Diego winning, or the Chargers, excuse me. So he didn't do a very good job then.
He was 50%.
Well, we were about more than 50%.
Well,
I think I picked every game last week. I picked I picked San Diego. I can't remember. I did take Dallas to beat Tampa Bay.
let's see what this dickhead says.
Divisional and championship games will go. The Jags are a cool Cinderella story, but as soon as that defense touches down in Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes would have already thrown for 3 touchdowns. Give me the Chiefs. 2 weeks ago, if you would have said, "Hey, Steven, Bengals, Bills, who do you got?" I would have picked the Bengals because I think they're the more complete team. However, when I flipped on my TV last Sunday and I saw Naheem Hines take the opening kickoff to the crib following the DeMar Hamlin situation, I immediately had to change my pick. This Bills team has movie script written all over it, and I think playing for DeMar in Buffalo will give him that edge over the Bengals. Although I think Brian Dable is coach of the year, this Philly team will be ready for it. Your entire feed will be flooded with missing 4 to 5 volume 3.
So yeah, he picked.
Won the last
Anyway, he picked.
Oh, and here he took in Dallas, San Francisco.
He took the Niners.
Did he?
Yeah, I just fast forwarded.
Last year, I've seen this 49ers defense march into Jerry World and neutralize that Cowboys offense, and I expect him to do the same thing this time at home. So give me the 49ers.
Okay, that's our last game to pick. Dallas at San Francisco. I pick Dallas every week to win.
Mm-hmm.
Always want, if they win, then I look like I'm smart.
You're happy?
No, I always want them to lose. This week, it's going to be different. I don't think that they can play with San Francisco. San Francisco has got the best pass rush in football, arguably. They have the best running game in football, arguably, and Dallas is terrible against the run. They've got great wide receivers. They've got so many weapons on offense. Christian McCaffrey makes them such a better football team.
Has all the weather cleared from California?
It doesn't matter. If it's shitty weather, it plays right in their hands, too, because they can run the ball. Dallas cannot run the ball very well. I think Dallas gets beat, and I think it's by 10 points, too.
Really? Line's 3.5.
Yeah, I think Dallas wins. I think San Francisco wins pretty handily in this game. I wouldn't give nobody 10 points, but I think San Francisco's is a touchdown plus better than Dallas is.
So we didn't even talk about the line in the Bengals-Bills games.
5 to 6 points.
Touchdown, you think? A touchdown difference? I think it's closer.
I think it's
than
close. I think it'll be like 24
I think it's a field goal
23,
game.
27, 24. I do too. But I don't think Dallas and San Francisco come to down to field goal. Dallas seems to have problems with teams that can get a lot of rush on. Tampa Bay is not a very good football team.
No.
The Redskins got Dallas in a lot of trouble because they could put a pass rush on.
Right.
49ers have to rush 4 guys.
Right.
That's it. They don't have to blitz and do all that other stuff. They can cover. They can double down on CD. So I think San Francisco, they just out-physical Dallas.
I agree. I mean, I think if you look at both teams top to bottom, San Francisco's got a great defense. There was a lot to be. Everybody was really talking about this Dallas team being special on defense at the beginning of the year. They've kind of fallen off. So defense wins championships. San Francisco's offense is phenomenal. So I am going Niners.
And Dallas beat a shitty Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay was by far the worst team in the playoffs, I think. I think if Tampa Bay and Miami play, Miami would have beat Tampa Bay, and so does Baltimore. Tampa Bay was not. Tom Brady was horrible.
Who all lost last?
The
you think
Chargers?
Tampa Bay was worse than the Seahawks?
Yes, I think Seattle's better than Tampa Bay. Seattle can. Tampa Bay's horrible.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I mean, they are just a horrible. We've got watered down the playoffs, but the problem is that whole division sucked. Think about how bad they are. Carolina and Atlanta almost got in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It come down to the last game.
Right.
And they're just not very good. Tom Brady needs to retire. Do you not agree?
Is he not a top 32 quarterback anymore?
I don't know.
That's what it comes down to.
Here's the thing, though. Are you going to mortgage your future to get a guy that's maybe the 21st best quarterback?
I don't know how much you have to mortgage your future anymore.
Well, I don't.
He's always played for
is he
a friendly
free agent or is he a?
I think he walks.
So he's a free agent. And he can sign with anybody. Yeah, if you've got a team and you can pay him $15 million a year to come into quarterback or $20 million a year and try him for a year, and you don't have to give up draft picks, it might be worth it. But I would not want to tie like Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is done at Green Bay. I think I really do. I think I don't know if Aaron Rodgers wants to play football anymore. But if Aaron Rodgers wants to play football anymore, the Raiders and the Packers need to make a trade. That's the best chance for both of them. And but Tom Brady, I could see if Aaron Rodgers wasn't playing, Green Bay saying, hey, we got these young receivers. We got a good defense. We got a good running game. Let's bring Tom Brady in there.
Is Tom Brady better than Zach Wilson and Mike White at the Jets?
No.
Really?
I don't think so now. I think Mike White's better than he is. Now, he's not the marquee player that Brady is. But I think Mike White, I think you're going to win more games with Mike White than you are Tom Brady. I don't think Tom Brady's going to go anywhere and win him enough games to get in the playoffs. I just don't think he's that good.
Tom Brady needs to go somewhere that's got a good defense.
They got to have a good offensive line. Like Indianapolis used to be. That's probably where he'll end up at because, they like to retread quarterbacks.
Would Arizona take a shot at Tom Brady? Because Kyler's probably not. I mean, you look at things.
They're Kyler Murray. They're crazy if they keep him. That's the stupidest contract.
No,
ever.
but I mean, Kyler Murray's probably not going to play this year. Not a full season.
No. But if you bring him in and they're fixing,
what about the Raiders? What if the Raiders went in and got Tom Brady?
That would be a place they run the ball pretty well, and they've got
Devontae,
good receivers.
you got Josh Jacobs, you got Darren Waller, you got a lot of weapons.
You got Hunter Renfrow.
You got a lot of weapons.
That's just that's a younger version of where he was at Tampa Bay.
Playing for Josh McDaniels, who was his offensive coordinator in New England.
That's the logical place for him to go.
Is he better than what the Raiders would potentially find short of getting like an Aaron Rodgers?
Well, I can tell you, I don't know what's going to happen Sunday, but the 49ers are better with Brock Purdy than they would be with Tom Brady.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
And if I was the Dallas Cowboys, I would rather have Dak Prescott than Tom Brady.
Yes.
Every team in the playoffs right now, I would rather have Danny Dimes than Tom Brady.
Yeah, because Danny Dimes kind of
could move.
Well, yeah, he's got mobility. He's got bad wide receivers, but he can make you pay when he gets outside the pocket.
There's not
if you shut down Tom Brady's receivers,
he's fucked.
He's fucked because he's not going to hurt you with his legs. Danny Dimes, at least, what did he rush for? 80 yards last week? Threw for 300?
780 yards rushing on the season.
So, I mean, you shut down his receivers, well, he can hurt you if he gets outside the pocket.
I don't know of anywhere that Tom Brady can go that I could honestly say, yeah, he'd be better than what they have.
The Raiders, they don't have anybody.
Because of Derek Carr's not going to be back.
Right.
But I think Tom Brady has lost his pizzazz. I think he's the greatest quarterback to ever, and the people that love Tom Brady, they've got to see that too. He looked horrible. That interception he threw in the end zone the other day, that was so un-Tom Brady-like. I just think his skill set, I think what his mind tells him to do, I don't think his skill set is there anymore. But someone's going to sign him, and I think they're going to regret it. I don't think he's going to put anybody in the playoffs, including the Raiders. I think he's hit that wall. He's at that same as
Raiders are in a tough division to move on in because you got to beat the Chargers, the Chiefs.
The Raiders would be better to trade for Aaron Rodgers than they would be for Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers has got more in the tank.
I think Aaron Rodgers' arm talent is better than Tom Brady's at this age.
Yes, and he's still more mobile.
And he's way more mobile than Tom Brady.
So I would Aaron Rodgers would be a big upgrade for the Raiders over Tom Brady. Tom Brady going to 49ers, that's fucking stupid. The 49ers
let me ask you,
can't be that dumb.
What about Rodgers has said, I don't want to be part of a rebuild. If that's what we're doing in Green Bay.
But I don't think they're rebuilding.
I'm out. What is an acceptable time frame to let them know? Can he take the month of February and not be selfish?
He needs to let them know something by the 1st of March. I don't think that's asking too much for them to ask that. I think that's very fair.
Because you got the draft in April.
Mm-hmm.
You've got your quarterback you think in Jordan Love.
I don't know about that.
I don't agree with that. But I think in Green Bay, they kind of think, okay, we got Jordan Love.
If the Packers start with Jordan Love.
So first part of March, that's 6 weeks from now.
If the Packers start the season with Jordan Love, they will have a top 10 draft pick the next year.
I agree.
I just don't see it happening with him. I think if you're that good, like they knew Aaron Rodgers was good.
Mm-hmm.
So when Favre left, everybody in Green Bay was upset, but they knew they had the cat, and they did. It was a great move. What a franchise to have back-to-back Hall of Fame quarterbacks and win 2 Super Bowls. That's crazy.
That's what they said about the Colts, too.
And, one of them got hurt. But still to have something like that happen. We're going to see a lot of changes coming. Lamar Jackson will not be a Baltimore Raven next year. I would not be surprised if Lamar Jackson ends up in Chicago. I would not be surprised if Lamar Jackson ends up in Arizona.
You said Chicago?
Yep.
They're going to move on from Fields
I think they would trade
for the same fucking thing?
Yeah, because there's people are stupid. They think they think Lamar Jackson is some superhero, and I don't get that.
Yeah.
And Baltimore would love that, wouldn't you? I would be more than happy to have Fields come.
Yes.
I mean, he
fresh legs.
Yes, if you're going to have a running quarterback, might as well get a young one that's got a couple of years less on him.
Just got an update in our Snapchat group. Help is on the way to base camp. So
That's what they say.
Stoner said, "I will believe it when I see Sean in the tractor."
Yep. I don't. I think you're going to see that quarterback change. So Arizona's going to have a quarterback. They're not going to have one next year, so they're going to make a move on a quarterback. They're going to trade DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins will either be, if DeAndre Hopkins gets traded to Green Bay, then Aaron Rodgers will be back with Green Bay.
He said He said on the Pat McAfee show, it's got to be a fuck yeah for me to come back. If it's not fuck yes, I'm in, then I'm out.
Well, I think DeAndre Hopkins would kind of
make it a fuck yeah
that way. But I think Green Bay would wait to talk to him and say, listen, if we trade for him, are you going to stay?
Right.
Because if you're not going to stay, we're not trading for him.
I need a 2-year commitment out of him.
Yes. If you'll do that, we'll trade for D-Hop. Otherwise, I think D-Hop may end up in Baltimore where wide receivers go to die because they don't have nobody to throw the ball to them.
Yeah.
I could see D-Hop going to Chicago if they keep Justin Fields. If they don't trade him, I don't know why they would trade Fields, but that is a trade talk that they're talking about. San Francisco, they got to make some big decisions. If Brock Purdy is the man, let's say Brock Purdy goes and they win this game, they get beat in the NFC Championship, or they go to the Super Bowl and lose or win, then why would you fuck with Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo? You got your guy.
Yeah.
Trey Lance is some trade bait.
Yeah.
You know,
is Garoppolo going to be a free agent?
Garoppolo's a complete free agent.
So he's Tom Brady's situation.
Yep. Where did the Giants do? They got to sign Danny Dimes now. He's played great. Dayball's changed him. They need to go. They need D-Hop. They need D-Hop.
I mean, yeah. What do you got? Kenny Galladay, Darius Slayton.
Kenny Galladay's done. They're going to cut his ass after this year if they got dead.
But who are their wide receivers?
Darius Slayton and that kid that came from I can't think of his last name.
It's not Kadarius Toney anymore.
No, it's the kid that was at Buffalo that they cut. Horn something. He's played really good. Isaiah something.
I don't know. I hadn't paid enough attention.
He's
to
played
Giants
really good.
Football.
But Saquon Barkley looks like the real deal. They got Saquon and Danny Dimes are both free agents. And they're going to sign. And you hate to give a running back a lot of money,
especially one that's coming off of an ACL injury.
But Saquon looks good.
I don't know what the Giants are going to do.
I mean, but that's a big move. They got great defense. They drafted well last year. They drafted an offensive tackle, and they drafted that Kayvon Thibodeau, the defensive end that did the Snow Angel.
Dumbass.
Both of those players have really played well.
Yeah.
Dayball should be coach of the year. He's done great. That's what's funny.
Or Peterson. Why not Peterson?
Both of them have done a good job. I think Dayball's done a better job because Dayball took the same fucking team that other guy couldn't win but 4 games with.
Had Jacksonville won many more?
No, but they got Etienne's healthy now. I don't. I mean, it's hard not to call him the coach of the year.
I just saw this. Viagra users are 25% less likely to suffer early death.
Huh?
Yeah.
So if you use a blue pill, you're going to live longer.
Well, I mean, you got to figure it was originally invented for heart medicine. So it's got some, other than boner pills, it's got something beneficial for your heart.
So if you're on Viagra, you're going to live 25% longer.
That's what this study says.
Or you got a 25% chance of living longer.
Right.
You're not going to live 25% longer, but you have a chance to live. If you take Viagra, there's a 25% chance you're going to live longer than you normally would.
Mm-hmm.
That ought to be the
Well, it says right here, Viagra can reduce a person's risk of suffering severe cardiovascular issues, but that's what it was invented for.
Speaking of Pfizer, because I think they own Viagra too.
Yeah.
Did you see their CEO getting grilled yesterday at that World Summit? That's a big bunch of shit going on over there. I mean, he had to walk all around, and there was a European broadcaster or a reporter asking him, how much profit did you make off of this?
Right.
Now that you know that it's causing all these deaths, why aren't you doing something about it? Or y'all going to come out and admit to this? This guy grilled him and he wouldn't answer it. But it was a question that should be asked. Why are you not telling people that it does not prevent COVID?
What? Which vaccine does Pfizer have? Is it the mRNA one?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, that's the one that's got all the issues. And BBC just did a very big article. mRNA. The BBC just did a bit. I'll try to find it right here. They just did a big article on the mRNA vaccine. I can't find it now. But anyway, yeah, there's more and more evidence that this could be leading to some stuff.
Well, anyways, this guy was on there, his ass, and he wouldn't answer. He goes, "How can you not answer this question? You're giving these people are dying everywhere. How you lied about the, now they have admitted that they falsified how many people were sick from COVID."
And now look at this. The Guardian says BBC criticized for letting cardiologist hijack interview with false COVID jab claim. So now they've come out and now they're the BBC has come under fire from scientists for interviewing a cardiologist who claimed certain COVID vaccinations could be behind excess death from coronary artery disease. And then experts have come at him rather ferociously. So it's going to take 20 years. It's going to be another JFK type thing.
Oh, yeah,
they're
30
going to
years
keep us
from
in the
now.
dark for 30, 40, 50 years before anybody even thinks about telling us what has really gone on. After criticizing new guidance on, he cited British Heart Foundation figures that suggest there have been more than 30,000 excess deaths linked to heart disease since COVID first arrived. Now, could that be that COVID is going after the people who have these comorbidities already?
I don't know. The thing is, if there was any other medicine out there, it'd be off the shelves by now.
But what I'm saying is like, does COVID we know COVID affects a certain type of people. It's the obese, and you've got to have certain comorbidities. But is the heart issue just kind of what triggers the death?
I don't know.
If
What
that
about all
makes
the young
sense.
people that are dying?
I don't know.
I mean, that's the question: is the people that are dying that got these heart problems, these blood clots and shit. That's the crazy part about this whole deal. Any other medicine would have been taken off the shelves a long time ago from this. But
So now they're calling that guy fringe and extreme, blah, 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 blah.
why do we get attacked for asking questions?
It's only one side that gets attacked.
That's right, and that's the problem, and we all know why. Everybody knows why. It's not even a question.
And I don't understand why you would attack somebody. If you're pro-vaccination, you shouldn't give a shit about what I do if the vaccine worked.
That's right.
Like, you're protected. Why do you care what I'm doing?
Yes.
I mean, you're good. You've got your 5 boosters and you're protected no matter what I choose to do, because that's what they say. Oh, well, you're being selfish, and you got to think about your 80-year-old grandma before you get this vaccine. You need this vaccine to protect her. No, I shouldn't.
Well, just
If you look at what a vaccine is, once you get it, you're good no matter what I choose to do with my life.
I'm not worried about being around someone with measles
Right?
because I got
I'm
vaccinated
protected.
against it a long time ago.
I'm protected.
Polio, same way.
So that argument, we shouldn't allow that argument to just slide, because you shouldn't give a fuck about what I do. If you're protected and you're truly protected and you believe that this vaccine works, then if you don't want to get it, don't get it. I'm good.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. You're a smart guy.
Very smart.
Why in the world is the Biden administration trying to fight? The Department of Justice is trying to make the airlines start making people wear masks again. Why?
All right.
What is that about?
I don't know.
I don't understand that. The masks don't work.
Not those masks.
No, if you can smell through the motherfucker, if someone farts next to you and you can smell it, that mask ain't working.
Disgraced lawmaker who compared COVID shot to the Holocaust. I've not seen the interview. I just know that the BBC released it. So,
well, there's definitely something in the air, and they just will not let it go, and they keep trying to compete against us.
Somebody's at the door.
Yep.
Lots of data. The vaccine has certainly helped people who are high risk, but now should be Omicron.
UPS has just dropped off a bunch of shit.
Bunch of good shit.
I don't know what it is.
Bunch of good shit.
Easy setup, blah, 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 blah. Bet Tony bought him some more weights or some shit.
That's 7 minutes. I'm not going to sit through that.
Anyways, we can get off here. Nice lips, lady. Lay off that Botox. Tell you right now, between Botox and social media filters, you don't even know who the hell you see anymore.
Nope. Totally different chick when she wakes up the next day.
Yep.
All right, it's been 30 minutes and I'm hungry.
Bye.
Yeah, go check out our sponsors. If you're needing a new puppy dog, go check out Double T British Kennels, Ducks Unlimited, Dirty Duck Coffee, Pacific Calls, Dive Bomb Industries, Boss Shot Shells, Mossberg, Stanfield Hunting Outfitters, Bangtail Whiskey, Alpha Outdoor Specialties, Hunt Proof App, Looking Glass Podcast, Lucky Duck, Shin Gear Waders, and Gun Dog Outdoors.